on, everyone, and welcome back to another YouTube video. For any of you guys that are new here, my name is Levi. And this morning is going to be a little different. I'm going for a run this morning instead of going to the gym because, man, I can't believe I'm saying this. It feels like every single video I'm dealing with an injury. My wrist. I completely hurt it the other day at practice. Like, it's a for sure sprain. Could potentially even be worse. Like, moving it just like this, like if I move it in any sort of way, it's a pretty bad pain. And like my hand is swollen, and I can tell because like when I squeeze my fist together. But yeah, it hurts tremendously. It's pretty bad. It's a pretty bad sprain from what I know. Again, it could be worse. I don't think it's worse. I think it is a sprain. And it sucks. Like, I have a high pain tolerance and I will push through certain things, but this really freaking hurts. So all I can really do is run right now because it doesn't aggravate it in a way that lifting definitely would. So sucks. Like, it really does, you know. Being hurt really sucks, but we can't do anything about it, so we'll do the best we can with what we're given, and what we're given is a hurt wrist, so we'll go run because our feet aren't hurt. We're gonna go have some breakfast this morning right now really quick before going to run, and pound some coffee, get some certain things moving and flushing out of our system as well. Alright, so for my current breakfast, I switched things up from pretty much just potatoes to sourdough. The potatoes were just taking so long to make in the morning. Like, they would have to cook for about 18 minutes, which actually isn't quick when you think about cooking potatoes. It was because they were in an air fryer, that's why they cook so quick. So I switched to sourdough, a little bit of butter, kept the 3 eggs, and also the protein shake. Don't have banana this morning because I haven't been to the grocery store to get bananas. Well, in other words, the grocery store just didn't have bananas yesterday when I went, which is kind of weird to say. Like, there's absolutely no bananas on the shelf. So that's our breakfast for this morning, or our post-run or post-workout, whatever you want to call it. After this, we'll also have some coffee. So we're gonna roll out, do what we need to do before our run. But for today's run, I'm probably gonna do 5.5 miles today. Nothing too crazy. Just because, like, I don't know how my wrist is gonna be like after a while of doing this and swinging my arms. It's bad. Like, I can like, this is how much I rotate it before. Here, I'll try to show you guys how swollen it actually is compared to my other wrist. You might not be able to see it on camera. Okay, I didn't know how tight that was gonna be. Oh, great heavens! You see that? That is not, that does not look good. Like, that is huge compared to my, you can't really tell my other wrist because I'm wearing a watch. But that doesn't look good. It is what it is. So yeah, 5.5 miles. I'm just gonna do like a cool 8 minutes and 30-second pace. Might try to like pick it up a little more. But other than that, that's really all we got. It's a little dark right now, as you can tell through these little garage windows. So I'll take you guys with me, but I probably won't turn on the GoPro until like we actually get some light going out there, because it's pretty dark. And honestly, I might go grab a headlamp before we go on the run. But before I go on my runs, I like to do a little bit of rolling out, get everything loose. Also do like a few leg kicks, everything just like jumping around, get warm. Because I found that if I go for a run and don't warm up properly, for me, maybe this is some of you guys, my hamstrings and hips get so tight that it affects my lower back. And I hate it. Like, I absolutely hate it. It's like one of the worst feelings in the world. I don't know. It pisses me off because then I can't do legs super hard because my lower back hurts so much. So that's what we're doing before a run. And I need to stop procrastinating this. I've been kind of procrastinating this. A little brighter than I anticipated this morning. Also, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I'm not a big morning runner kind of person. I really don't enjoy running in the morning that much. I don't know what else to say. Like, I literally just said that, but I really feel just like not as awake yet. But lifting, yeah, that's fine. I just think it's what our bodies get accustomed to and adapt to. Obviously, I feel like if I ran in the morning, you know, instead of lifting in the morning, I'd come to like this more. This is all speculation, but regardless, still got to get it done. Not having the best of time though.
We're only 0.6 miles in. Still got a little more to go. All right, so I just finished up the hardest part of the run. It's this big hill that goes up into my neighborhood. It's pretty big, like probably like 0.7, 0.6 miles long. And one of the things I kept telling myself when I was running up it, because I try not to just like, you know, go super slow up the hill. I try to go with a good pace. One of the things I tell myself to keep going is this pain only lasts as long as the hill does. And I was telling myself that because, like, in life we go through some pretty traumatic shit, dude. You know, this life definitely ain't sunshine and rainbows. And the thing is even though it's not all sunshine and rainbows, there's times when it is, and there's times where it's not. And that hill is the time where it's not. That's the time when it hurts, when it sucks, but it passes. And now it's past. Now I'm like, yeah, it's over. And it fuels your confidence to know you can do it again. That's how I'm able to continuously do that hill all the time. Six miles, 49 minutes, let's go.
All right, so post-run, we're having some electrolyte hydrate formula by Transparent Labs. If you're getting into running, or honestly if you're into working out at all, you definitely need to be supplementing some electrolytes into your system. I've said this plenty of times in other videos, water is not the only thing keeping you hydrated. It is also potassium, magnesium, sodium. Every single electrolyte is also contributing to you being hydrated. You can actually drink too much water and dehydrate yourself, believe it or not. Kind of weird to think about, but that's why electrolytes are important. I try to have about half of my body weight in water every single day. So I weigh about 180 pounds. So that's about 90 ounces of water a day. And then I also have about, what is this, like 20 ounces of electrolyte mix. So in total about 110 ounces of fluid every day. So pretty much almost a gallon, which I've honestly been slacking on lately. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. If you guys are interested in picking this up, code Levi will save you 10% off. I was gonna go to the sauna this morning, but looks like I'm kind of running short on time. I try to be done with everything at home, eat my post-workout meal by 9:30, and I just don't have the time to do that. Maybe later this evening, but I'm gonna ice my wrist a little bit right now. It's kind of funny to say ice my wrist. This is not the kind of ice I want on my wrist right now. We're out here fishing this morning, going for some winter steelhead. It's actually super warm, so it doesn't even feel like winter. It feels like mid-spring. It honestly feels, this is like the same temp it is in the morning in the summer. Yesterday it was 64 degrees out in the morning. It was a record-breaking temperature, so that's kind of crazy. But it should be cool. I'm hoping to catch something. I come out here with low expectations. Try not to come out here with like, yeah, we're gonna get something. Steelheading is the hardest sport of fishing. It's the hardest type of fishing, and that's why it's considered sport, not game. Every other salmon species or trout species is considered game, except for steelhead, because it's the hardest one to go after. Hence why I got one on my arm. Kind of tells why I have my other tattoos. If you can't make up that in your mind, then I'm not gonna take the time to explain it right now. But I'm gonna switch over to the GoPro. Hopefully we can get lucky today. If we do, that would be insane. If we don't, it is what it is.
I love how my bobber is still completely sideways. One just jumped right next to my damn bait.
1 hour later.
I gotta be completely honest with you guys. There have been quite a few words that were not Christ-like of me coming out of my mouth today. That is for sure. It's pouring piss rain out here, y'all. Why is my bobber going under? Oh, we can try here. We can try here for a little bit, and then maybe try that other spot. I just feel like after my waders come off, I'm gonna be done. Yeah. All right, y'all. This is not where you guys want to find yourself in life. You do not want to be out and kind of the middle of nowhere. We're actually kind of in the middle of nowhere. It might not look like it because we're on like this nice paved parking lot, but at the end of the day, it's kind of middle of nowhere. And we're out by the river. Pouring down rain. The only thing is we have a car, we have a home to go back to. Without that, you'd be in a real big mess. Jose caught what looks like, what is it? I think he pulled out his tampon out of the water or something. Not really too sure. Today was really bad. Started off, honestly, it kind of started off promising. Jose had a bite, and then that was kind of it. And now I'm pretty much just soaking wet and not having a good time. So we're gonna kind of, I don't know, call it a day, I think, and go home. I'm gonna see what this looks like underwater really quick, just because I've never put a GoPro underwater. I can see a fish underwater. It's crazy. There was probably not a damn thing underwater, and that's completely fine. All right, I'll see you all when we get back home. Yeah, I think this is like the third or second time I've recorded on YouTube of me not catching anything. All right, just wrapped up 6 miles for the day on New Year's Eve. So happy New Year's to everyone watching this, because this video will be published after then. It's been an interesting year. 2023 in the beginning was a rough start. You know, I had my friend pass away right on the brink of it going into 2023. So that was really kind of darkish area for the year, not gonna lie. But you know, we finished the year pretty strong, did a lot during the year that I'm proud to say that I've done. And going into this new year should be pretty cool, pretty fun. And yeah, I don't know. I wish you guys a happy new year. I don't really know what to expect with this new year. And kind of speaking of the new year going into 2024, I made a recent video on how I plan to set and achieve. I can't remember the title of the video, but it was like how I plan to set and achieve my goals in 2024 or something like that. And I talked to you guys about my goals. And one thing I was kind of surprised on was how no one commented about how I didn't have any competitions or anything that I plan to do or go after for a goal in 2024, because if you go back and watch the video, most of my goals were just kind of business mindset and getting closer to Jesus. Like, those were my goals, which are really good goals, you know. And I was kind of shocked, but I did get a couple messages on Instagram over the past couple months like, oh, what's after the bodybuilding show? And I mentioned in a previous video that I didn't really plan on doing anything after my bodybuilding show, and I'm glad that I kept that mindset. And I said that back in May, and I'm glad that I'm not, because this year is going to be pretty insane. And that's why I'm kind of sitting down right now and talking to you guys. Not kind of, I am sitting down talking to you guys right now about it. And I've been really quiet about it, and I've kind of known about this for the past year or so, maybe even like a couple years. And I just want to kind of let you guys in on some of the life changes that are going on this next couple years and why I didn't commit to anything. So first and foremost, I do have the wrestling tourney still, but that's not something that I'm, you know, training day in and day out for. Like maybe a couple, 3 times a week I'm doing something for that, but other than that, it's really not that serious to me. But some of the changes that are coming this year are really big. This will be like the biggest change I've ever experienced, or the biggest amounts of change that I've ever gone through in a single year of my life, I think. So in this year, I am moving out. I am graduating college, And graduating college kind of goes hand in hand, especially with moving out. Kind of like career change maybe. I kind of have a career right now, you know, with editing and stuff with my buddy Dev, but that needs to really be solidified before I move out and everything. So there's a possible career change. And then there's also my parents might be moving to a whole different state. And that's a lot, you know, and so I didn't want to commit to anything that I truly couldn't commit to, you know, and it is what it is. You know, I do like competing in things. I feel like it just gives me something to focus in on and wake up every day and go, I don't know, just go toward. But it is what it is, you know, that's just something I haven't really been talking about. And it's a lot, you know, it's kind of stressful to think about, so I try not to think about it too much. But I wanted to let you guys in on that. Maybe I'll compete in something in 2024, but I really have to make sure I have the time to do it. Now, something I wanted to add to all of that with like change going in my life and going into 2024 is me, myself as an individual and changing. And I say that because in the past couple months, I think I really started to initiate this change. And I feel like, I mean, how do I word this part? This part's kind of confusing for me, the word, so bear with me. But 3 years ago, I had been feeling anxious and depressed. And I would tell you guys on the YouTube videos back then, too, that I had been feeling anxious and depressed, but I didn't know how to put it into words. You know, I really didn't. And it wasn't until the other night I was sitting down and God spoke to me. Normally, God doesn't really speak to me through a thought. It's usually through, like, other people or, like, things going on around me. And God literally spoke to me, and he said, your biggest fear is not things around you changing. Your biggest fear is that people will perceive you as a loser and as someone who is inferior. And that really hurt to hear, because it was the truth. You know, and a lot of you guys watching this video, I know from the comments you guys made, like, oh, that's not true, da, da, da. I understand that that's not true. I understand that, and I know it's not true. But I have to consciously and subconsciously understand that myself. And that's what I'm trying to do in 2024, because I, for so long, have put my identity into, like, material success, because that's what I always envisioned as success. I never really envisioned any other way of success. And so in 2021 was when it really hit me, as some of you guys know, and ever since then I've kind of been dealing with it. And I just never really knew what the actual anxiety and depression was, and it was because I had this false thinking about who I was. And that has been huge for me over these past couple months, you know, to look at myself and be like, I'm not successful. I'm not successful because, oh, I may not make a ton of money, I may not do this. Like, I want my perception, I guess, essentially to change of what I view as successful going into 2024, because that will give me a better view and appearance on how I look at myself. And so I know I'm not speaking to just myself right here. I know a lot of guys struggle with this. We do. We struggle with this feeling of being inferior at times, and I know that can be tough. And so that's just something I want to change in 2024. I kind of want it to be done. I don't want to be anxious or depressed anymore. Like, that sucks. But with that said, it's a lot coming into the new year again. Happy New Year, everyone. I'm excited to continue to make videos in the new year. I'm excited to just see what happens in the new year. But that's going to do it for today's video. I hope you guys liked today's video. If you guys did, be sure you give it a like. If any of you guys are new here, do not forget to press that subscribe button, because you guys know I will be back. And as always, die trying to do what you love. The sky's the limit. I'll see you all in the next one.